There are moments in a life when the world you thought you knew simply stops. When something happens that cannot be explained by anything you were taught in school, anything you read in a newspaper, anything the official version of reality has ever offered you, this is one of those moments. It happened at a UFO conference, the kind of gathering where the air itself feels different, where the people in the room have all seen something, experienced something that set them permanently apart from the ordinary world. I was there as an author, a witness, a man who had already had experiences that had shaken me to my foundation, and then I saw him, Al Bielek. If you don't know that name, you will. Al Bielek was one of the most extraordinary and controversial figures ever to step into the world of UFO research and suppressed history. He claimed to have been part of the Philadelphia experiment, the real one, the one the government has spent decades insisting never happened. For those who don't know, the Philadelphia experiment was the alleged top-secret United States Navy project in 1943. The story goes that the USS Eldridge, a naval destroyer escort, was made invisible to radar, and then something went terribly, catastrophically wrong. The ship didn't just disappear from radar, it vanished entirely. Sailors were found embedded in the metal of the ship. Some went mad, some were never seen again. Al Bielek said he was there. He said he jumped off that ship as it was caught between time itself and survived. And standing in that conference room, looking at this man across the crowd, I believed him. Not because I was naive, not because I wanted it to be true, but because of what happened next. He saw me, and the moment he did, something shifted in his face. His eyes locked onto mine with a recognition that stopped me cold. Not the polite recognition of a man who thinks he might have met you before, not the vague familiarity of a shared social circle. This was something else entirely. This was the recognition of someone who knew me, who had perhaps always known me, from somewhere, or some when. I could not explain. I had never met this man in my life, and yet there it was, in his eyes, unmistakable. We spoke, and as we did, I began to see something, a shifting, subtle at first, the way heat rises off asphalt on a summer road and bends the light behind it. But it was there, around him, in him, a quality that was not entirely fixed, not entirely what it appeared to be, as if the form standing before me was a kind of agreement, a shape chosen for this moment, this conference, this world. I have encountered saurian beings before. I have written about them. I have felt their presence in ways that left no room for doubt. And what I saw in Al Bielek that day was something in that same territory, something ancient, something that wore the human form the way a traveler wears a coat in an unfamiliar climate. I said nothing about what I was seeing, but I know what I saw. And then, as if he could feel exactly what was passing through my mind, Al Bielek leaned toward me. His eyes went wide, and he said something I have never forgotten. He warned me. He told me, with a directness and an urgency that carried the full weight of a man who had seen things no human being was ever supposed to see, do not have anything to do with the reptilians. A warning from a man who had traveled through time, who had stood inside one of the most classified experiments in American military history, who carried in his eyes the unmistakable mark of someone who knew far more than he was permitted to say. Do not have anything to do with the reptilians. I have thought about those words many times since that day. I have thought about what he knew, what he had seen, what had been done to him, and perhaps by whom. The Saurians, as I know them, are not a single unified force. There are those among them who have shown me nothing but intervention, protection, even healing. I am alive today because of what came through my roof one night and drew poison from my body, with a light I still have no adequate words for, but Al Bielek's warning has never left me. Because a man who has traveled through time and come back, a man who has seen what lies behind the curtain of the official world, does not use a word like warning lightly. There are Saurians who watch over us, and there are those who do not have our interests at heart. Bielek knew the difference, and he wanted me to know it too. The beings who move through our world in forms we are only beginning to recognize are real, and the lines between who is a friend to humanity and who is not are more important than most people on this planet have yet begun to understand. Bielek is gone now. He passed in 2011. But the warning he gave me in that conference room that I carry with me still, because the most important thing you can do right now is wake up. https://bit.ly/436x3zj